Hello and welcome to a new video on my channel. As you can hear, I'm still suffering a bit from the flu, but nevertheless, a special time of the year is around, a very special holiday for me as well. It's New Year's Eve. I know some of you love it, some of you hate it. For me, New Year's Eve is the best day of the year because I'm a little pyromaniac. But all the fun aside, you should always care about the safety first. I know you are partying all night, and when the time comes you don't have a place to light your fireworks, you just stick them into the dirt or in some kind of bottle, or in the worst case you fire them directly from your hand, and we all know that's where the really bad accidents happen and the fireworks go all over the place. Therefore I want to build some simple firework launchers with you. Unfortunately, New Year's Eve is still some days away and we don't have a real rocket. So I partnered with roeder-feuerwerk, who gave me these firework dummies so I can use some real measurements. But before we start building firework launchers, we have to decide which material we want to use. Often these constructions are built from wood. But since I've already tried that before, I can't really recommend it, since wood can easily burn, especially when starting lots of fireworks. So you not only have nice fireworks in the skies, but also a nice bonfire in front of your house. That's not exactly what I want, so I'm using steel. To be precise, I'm going for stainless steel. But why stainless steel? I want to reuse those constructions for many years to come. I don't want it to rust, nor do I want to take care of the painting or coating, because the coating would burn away anyways. So I'm using V2A, which is a chromium nickel steel. In small amounts, this is still affordable and you can just order it from the internet. So we can build fireproof, durable and of course very light, thin and small. So these would be the rockets I want to start. Also we want two fire modes. Battery fire, so many rockets in one go, and maybe a few single shots. For the single shots you can buy these little plastic pipes which you can use to launch your rockets. The disadvantage, I only used them once last year and they are pretty much garbage now. Molten, burnt and crumbly. So let's start with a single launcher. The cheapest way I can think of is a simple metal pipe. We cut it roughly around to the length of the rocket, because we still want to stick it into the ground. We are cutting at an angle so we can penetrate the frozen dirt more easily. We take the pipe which we have cut at an angle and stick it into the ground. If we want to fire more fireworks at once, we can simply craft several of these pipes. Just put the rockets into the pipe and safely launch it. But this system has a big disadvantage. We need soft dirt to have a safe stand. And another thing I don't like, when I pull these pipes out of the ground, a lot of dirt gets stuck in there and we have to clean it with some effort. So this system works, but I don't like cleaning. So maybe it's not the best idea. Off you go! Let's go to the second plan. A far better variant would be a pipe or a square pipe with a rod. So these two launchers are a huge increase in quality regarding the simple pipe, which works as well. But since those only have a thin rod, I'm able to stick them into much harder ground. And another advantage, when I remove them from the ground, I can clean them easily. Very little dirt gets stuck on the rod. Just wipe it once and use them again next year without having to deal with rust. And compared to our pipe, we can stick these launchers deeper into the earth without problems. Now I can just place my fireworks, light them, and they are individually adjusted. The advantage of these systems? They are very small. I can even transport them within the fireworks package. The disadvantage? We still need somewhat penetrable ground to stick them. And if I want to launch a bunch of them in battery mode, I would have to build several launchers. But to realize the battery idea and to place them on concrete or stone, I will have to come up with another idea. This would be my battery launcher. As you can see, the launcher is pretty small when disassembled. So small you can even transport it with the fireworks themselves, and it's very light. To get started you don't even need tools. I just hid the stands inside the pipe and plugged it so they don't fall out. If you want to use it, just unplug the pipe, take out the stands and place them on the sides. I made sure to drill very tightly so everything holds on its own. The friction is strong enough so you can lift it up and nothing falls out. It has a firm stand on concrete or stone, and you can stick it into softer ground as well. Because I measured the pipe compared to a standard rocket, it's roughly as big as a rocket. The length is sufficient for 12 launch slots. Of course you can make it bigger or smaller, that's up to you. Let me just fill the launcher. So here again my battery and single launches, placed into soft ground. Everything has a firm stand and we can launch our fireworks in battery mode. To light the rockets, just take off the safety caps and run along with a glimming stick or maybe a small blowtorch. Just run along and light them all in one go. Of course we could light them as well with electricity, no problem, but that would just take a small wire and a battery, the current will heat the wire through the resistance, and the rockets would light as well. But that would be more work and you could not transport it as easily. I like this system a lot, since you can assemble it very quickly, same for disassembling it and putting it away. And it doesn't take up much space. As I said earlier, it's not much bigger than a single rocket. Unfortunately, we can't launch these rockets quite yet. Launching fireworks in Germany is only allowed on New Year's Eve and New Year. But you can be sure I will release another video on this in action. And that's the end of today's video. Another important announcement for you. As you've already heard in the beginning, I got my firework dummies from roeder-feuerwerk. So I could build my launcher because I couldn't find the measurements anywhere else. So if you still need fireworks for New Year's Eve, have a look in the video description, I put a link to their website. You can order their New Year's Eve fireworks on their website. I hope you liked the video, or found it helpful at least, so please make sure to leave a thumbs up. If you want to watch additional content, just subscribe to my channel for free. And if you don't want to miss out on any new videos, hit the bell right next to the subscription button. And before my voice is finally gone, I say goodbye, your Mark on YouTube.